Hello all, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is June 20th, 2023. This video may or may not come out today. It may come out tomorrow, which would put it at the 21st. But there's some exciting news in the state of Florida that regarding the precious metals industry. So I thought we would discuss that. You may have already heard or seen videos about this, as it's been a hot topic here locally. And a couple other people I know have already put out some videos discussing it. So I figured I would discuss it, what it actually means for us and what it's going to mean for the customers. So the other day, our governor, Ron DeSantis, signed into effect House Bill 737. That's what we got pulled up here on the screen. Tim's going to provide a link to this PDF in the description of this video. All right, doable, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Yep, absolutely. So in this House bill, which goes into effect July 1st of this year, so in 10 days or whatever it is, the definition of a secondhand good changes in the state of Florida. And so it is, I'm going to read this for you. Secondhand goods mean personal property previously owned or used which is not regulated metals property regulated under Part 2, and which is purchased, consigned, or traded as used property. The term includes gift certificates and credit memos as defined in Statute 501, which are purchased, consigned, or traded by a secondhand dealer. The term no longer, so does not include now, office furniture, pianos, books, clothing, organs, coins, which was always the case. We never had to report coins, motor vehicles, costume jewelry, but now also includes gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or rhodium bullion that has been assayed and is properly marked as to its weight and fineness. So that basically means any of these items here. So you see what do they mean? It's got its weight and its fineness properly stamped on the bar. So as of like today's June 20th, right, 2023, this is still considered a secondhand good. When we buy these items or any bars or rounds, whether they be gold or silver, we as of right now still have to write these forms up, which has always been the law. This is a property transfer form required for any secondhand goods that are purchased. This goes away for bullion products as of July 1st. So if, like right now, if you sold me any of these products, we have to fill these forms out. And starting July 21st or July 1st, we don't, except for this. So jewelry will still be considered a secondhand good as it is now. That still warrants this filling out of this paperwork. But the bars and rounds starting July 1st, no more. And for the state of Florida, they will no longer be considered a secondhand good like the jewelry still is. And that is interesting. So what does that mean for secondhand dealers in the state of Florida? And that's what I am. I'm a secondhand dealer. Jewelry stores are secondhand dealers, coin shops, estate buyers. We're all considered secondhand good or secondhand dealers. We have to report to the local sheriff's department, licensed through the Department of Revenue here in the state of Florida. So what does that mean for me? Really not a lot different, except for the fact that we're going to save a good chunk of time not having to fill these out. A customer comes in and sells me this bar, I can literally just turn around and sell it to the next customer rather than filling out the paperwork and having to hold it for 30 days. So I would say probably 30 to 40% of the transactions that the purchase transactions, I should say, where we buy stuff from the customers across the counter are bullion products. So it's going to save just time that we're not going to have to spend that we do now on filling out this paperwork. Our rates that we buy and sell at are very close to wholesale regardless of whether it's a product that we have to currently hold or not. So our pricing structure, I don't think is going to change that much. Some dealers do pay less for secondhand goods in the state of Florida because they have to hold it for 30 days. And you think about that, well, if you got a 100-ounce brick that you buy today for, let's say, $2,300 and you got to hold it for 30 days, well, a lot can happen in 30 days in the precious metals industry. What's the price of silver going to be for 30 days? So some dealers will pay sometimes significantly below the spot price of silver in an attempt just to protect themselves in case there is a significant market drop. We don't really do that. We really still price everything at real close to wholesale levels because we want to keep things moving. So I don't think there's going to be much pricing change for us, at least. Maybe a little bit of tightening up, but not tremendously because we're already operating at wholesale levels. What I think you'll see is it'll be interesting to see, well, dealers that that necessarily didn't take the steps that we have here to ensure that we don't get burned by this, drops in 30-day pricing on precious metals, whether they actually up their pricing or not, what they're willing to pay for the public. I don't know. Well, time will tell. That kind of leads into, well, what does this change mean for the customer? Well, in theory, customers should be paid more or more aggressively, let's put it that way, for silver and gold bullion products in the state of Florida now. I think, though, what reality is going to be is I don't think we'll really see much change because dealers have been following this. If they've been following the laws, let's put it that way, they've been operating their business fine for the last however many years. They've trained their locals that deal with them to what to expect in the way of getting paid, and I don't know why they would really change what they're paying. They're not going to necessarily want to give up free, not necessarily free, but their profit margin. No, few businesses I know of will want to shrink their profit margin when they don't necessarily have to. In theory, it should provide a more competitive marketplace for the customer, but I don't know if it's really going to. Time will tell. Like I said, we price everything at or near wholesale levels, as you guys know, by seeing our videos when we do our premiums. So we'll see. In theory, that's what should happen. What was happening, though, which was this law did create an unfair marketplace in the sense that a lot of dealers, whether they are licensed or not, before this went into place, really just ignored this and just bought and sold as they saw fit. So what does that mean? It helps dealers who are legitimately following the law, such as shops that are well-established shops who we're doing everything by the book because now everyone's on the same level playing field. So I think that's great. I think it's great that the governor signed this into law. It definitely creates a more even playing field for all dealers because, believe it or not, a lot of dealers are out there not following the secondhand goods statute as it was, as they should have been. So it's a good thing, and it's a good thing for dealers, a good thing for us. It helps protect us. It helps protect our profit margin. It helps create a level playing field. Will it do much for the customer base? I'm not sure, because I think that the dealers who are legitimate established dealers were already buying and selling at a fair and competitive price. So, and I think that customers already would know that and go to those places. So I don't know how much effect it'll be, but it's definitely interesting. It definitely affects the precious metals industry, at least in the state of Florida. So we're excited about that, and tip our hat to Governor DeSantis for that. Now we just got to work on our insurance rates. So I'm Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Just thought I would give you guys a little update on this. No more paperwork for bullion in the state of Florida. You guys have a good one. Starting July 1st, of course.